So last week I was on a phone call on a Zoom, and we were just all talking, and suddenly we heard someone's Alexa went off in the back, and Alexa started to talk. And so when I think back to my old coaching business, sometimes I wish that we all have that voice come in, right? You can go, "Hey Alexa, show me how to get more clients," or "Hey Alexa, tell me how to get people in my workshop." Or, "Hey, Alexa, tell me the one single tip I need to do in my coaching business so that I don't feel like a chicken lost without the head." And sometimes you just need that little direction to tell you exactly what you need to focus on to make your business work like it's supposed to, right? And so in my coaching business, I had one of those moments where my mentor had told me about email marketing. And did I listen to my mentor? No, I totally disregarded because I had that belief, that limiting belief that I need to recreate something completely new and I'm really like no one else ever done it before. But you got to be careful with that idea. If no one had done it before, chances are sometimes there's no buyer out there. So before you start reinventing anything or reinventing your wheel, thinking that relying on social media is the only way that you can grow your coaching business, this episode is for you. Hey, welcome to my podcast. This is a podcast where I'll be teaching you all the systems and strategies you need in creating your visibility so you can turn your passion for coaching into a profitable business. I'm your host, Michelle Quay. I am a visibility coach, content and email marketing strategist, international speaker, and author, as well as the founder of Elevate Life Coaching. Let's just say that I know a few things about overcoming seemingly impossible obstacles in life and in business. I'm on a mission to be the champion that helps you to get to the top of your mountain, one courageous step at a time. Welcome to the show. All right, so today our topic is the one thing that I wish I had done earlier or sooner in my coaching business that would make a whole world of difference. And what is that one thing? So years ago, when I first came out of coaching program, I was told that there's something that you need to have in place, and that something is an email list. And I don't know about you, but you notice that a lot of coaches are using newsletters. So the first thing that you hear people say is, "Go subscribe my newsletter." And if those of you who's doing that, let me know. Drop it into the comment. Let me know that if you're sending people to subscribe to your newsletter. Now, that's one strategy that I noticed that it doesn't really work well because who wants to have another email in their email inbox? Not many of us. Right? We get swamped by so many different emails every single day. And that's what we're being told. Go and subscribe to my newsletter. So newsletter itself is not compelling enough to prompt people to actually want to subscribe to your newsletter. So how do we fix that? Right. And that was something that I have learned in my journey where, I can't just send people to subscribe to my newsletter. I actually have to give them a reason to subscribe to my newsletter. So what is that reason? One of the things that I teach all my students to do is you need to create some type of freebie. Right? What does that freebie look like? And why do we even need to have a freebie? Why can't I just tell them to my newsletter? It doesn't work, right? The newsletter doesn't work. Tell people to subscribe to my newsletter. It won't work. It's not compelling enough. You're not giving a reason to why should I care? Why should I read your email? Besides the fact that when you have your regular clients, when you have clients already and they're following you, they love to hear from you. So they're probably the one who's hopping on and joining your newsletter list. They want to hear from you. But other people who's completely new to your world, who have no idea of how you work, who you are, and why I need to trust you, if you don't have a reason for people to sign up, it's not going to inspire them to take any action to sign up to your newsletter. So what is that one thing that you're going to need? You need to have a lead magnet or freebie or something that giveaway, something that can provide a quick fix in someone else's life, a complete stranger's life who just came across your stuff for the very first time, your offer, your coaching business for the very first time. What is it that you can help them with? People want to know, what can you help me with stuff? Right? So what are the 7 secret awesome sauce? That's what we're going to talk about today. So your awesome sauce number 1 is to build a list right from the start. Okay. You can have a calendar that invite people to book a call with you. But in addition to that, what I would highly suggest is that you come up with some type of quick fix. It could be like 7 tips of how to go through a positive holiday season, or 5 amazing way of how you can change your mindset. So something that's very quick and very simple that you might be able to offer, and that would invite someone to join your email list. That's what you want to provide. And right. So it's not just going to be a call to action that you should sign up to my newsletter. I don't want to read another email. Do you? You don't want to read another newsletter. You don't want that to cluster in your inbox. So why would I want to sign up? So by providing something that's free, something that is a quick fix, something that people can use right away, you're giving them a reason to come into your space. That's like your invitation, right? To come into my world, and here's my download. So number 1 secret sauce is start to build that email list right off the bat. And this is something that I had learned from my mentor, which I didn't listen when I first started. So listen to your coach. All right. This is tip number 2. Listen to your coach. When I was told that I need to have an email list, I totally disregarded it. I didn't pay attention to it. I was so focusing on, I want to get people to book a call with me, that I completely disregarded the value behind having an email list. And when I finally was able to start building my list, the way that I built it, it was so unintentional that I end up having a lot of different subscribers, but they're not really my ideal client. They're not really my ideal audience. So when I have something to say, when I have something to offer, they are not reacting to it, right? They don't really care. So when you build your list, make sure that you're designing something that your ideal clients want. It's something that has value to them, so that they will want to sign up. The second secret awesome sauce that you can have in your business is that those of you who have website already, right? There you got to check to see if there's a pop-up window that you can turn on your website. So when anyone who's visiting your website for the first time, they'll be able to see that pop-up. They'll be able to see that offer, that amazing offer that you created, that you're putting in front of them. Because a lot of time when your visitor comes to visit your website, they don't necessarily act on by booking a discovery call with you. And once they leave your website, they're gone forever. Okay. Maybe no one told you about this statistic, but there's like 80% of the people who come to your site. And if you don't capture people's attention, if you don't capture their email, then they will never come back. There's no one. For me, when I look at my behavior, when I go to a website, it's nice. It's this person is doing this and that, and once I close it, that's gone forever. And years down the line, you're gonna think back and it's like, oh, whose website did I just visit? I don't remember. Do you remember? No. So if you have that pop-up window available on your website, be sure to turn it on and make sure that it is something that you're offering that people want to have. The third secret awesome sauce in your coaching business, and the one thing that you should be doing, is to have a signed up form to your Facebook page. Okay. So when you open up a business Facebook page, most people will send them to visit my website. And again, if you don't have a way of capturing people's attention, if you don't have a way of capturing people's contact info, then you're losing that person altogether. And that's your lead, right? A lot of people come to me, a lot of coaches in my group, you guys ask me, how do I generate lead? How do I get more client? And that's one of the reasons why you're leaving out the client, you're leaving out your leads, because when I go to your website, I don't see anything that compel me to exchanging that email. So when I bounce, I bounce. So make sure you send people to sign up for a way to opt in their email with you on your business page, on your Facebook page. Okay. You want to capture their contact. And not just, hey, I'm wonderful. I have this website. Go visit my website. Who cares about the website? I care about the lead. All right. Now, the fourth thing we talked about earlier is creating that lead magnet to entice people to sign up to your list. And this is one of the things that I have taught all my students, and I know they struggle. Hi, Susan. Good morning. One of the things that they struggle is, how do I come up with that lead magnet? And I know they, during our calls together, they hated me for this because they're not very tech savvy. And so what I do is I make them create their lead magnet. I make them to set up their email account. I make them to set up a separate page where they can offer that, the free offer, to their audience so that they can collect these really, really intentional and also their ideal avatar's lead. These are the lead, right? That you want to know how to get clients. That's your answer, right? You want to capture those lead people who are interested in your service, or they're interested in what you have to say. They want something that can actually help them, something that's tangible. And so by creating that lead magnet that will lead into your coaching program, you're giving people a reason for staying on to connect with you. And that was something that I had all my students set up very early in their coaching business. You all have to set up a lead magnet, and we can talk about what does that look like. Okay, it could be a checklist, it could be a simple PDF or ebook, it could be something that you just give away for free. Maybe it's a recorded videos, or those of you who like doing live, maybe you already recorded a half-hour video or a class or teaching something that could be turned into your lead magnet. And it all depends on like how you word it, how do you entice them, how do you package it so that it actually lead to your one-on-one offer or your group coaching workshop and things like that. So create that lead magnet. Think about it. If you need help, reach out to me. I can show you how to create it. If you're not familiar with the email marketing, let me know. I'm happy to share some thoughts behind which one works and how do you use it. The fifth awesome sauce is to send out regular newsletter. Now, you have an email, you have a newsletter for a reason, right? And a lot of the concern that I hear people having is that, but Michelle, I don't want to send them email. I don't want to be a nuisance. I don't want to bug them. I don't want to spam people's inbox. And just yesterday, I had one of my clients reaching out to me, and she's sending out her email to her audience, and she's like, I don't want to spam these people. But they gave you their email. So when they gave you your email, their email, they're basically raising their hand and say, Michelle, I really enjoy your work. I really want to follow you, but yeah, give me more, right? You're getting their permission to say, yes, I want your stuff. Yes, I would love to hear from you. Yes, I don't mind you being in my inbox. And yes, I want to get regular email or newsletter that you send to me. Please do send it to me, right? You got to get people to raise their hand and say yes to you before you send them regular newsletter. And which is why a lot of time when you go to a networking event, when you collect those business cards, I don't want you to import and put every single contact into your email system. Why? Because you haven't gotten them to raise their hand and say, yes, I want to hear from you. All you had is a business card with people's email address, and you're importing them without their consent. And that feels spammy, right? If someone else, let's say I go on to a podcast and someone invited me as a guest, and suddenly I appear on someone's newsletter, that's not okay with me. you don't have my permission to be on your email list, right? So you always want to ask that permission. And the way that you ask permission is you start with a free offer. You start with a free sign up form. You invite them to download a PDF, or you invite them to sign up to your newsletter, or you invite them to subscribe to your podcast, and that podcast leads to a newsletter. So that's how you properly invite your contact into your email. And when you do that, no one is going to feel that you're spamming their inbox. Okay, there's a difference here. Not without the permission, yes, it's spam. With the permission, they want to hear from you. So sending out regular newsletter is a must if you have an email list. Even if you have like maybe 5 people or 10 people on your email list, talk to them. These are people. Talk to your people, right? And you keep wondering, how do I get more clients? There's your clients. 10. Start with 10, slowly build it up to 100, 1,000. We all start from 0, but you got to start somewhere, and you got to start by sending out regular newsletter. Number 6, awesome sauce, is to use your social media platform as a way to promote to your email list. Okay. I see a lot of people feeling overwhelmed on social media. The reason why you're feeling overwhelmed is you don't see social media having a purpose. You collected this huge amount of audience. Maybe it's 1,000 people, maybe it's 2,000 audience. But among those 2,000 audience, you have no idea and no way of tracking who is who and who is interested in actually buying from your service or signing up to your service. Right? So there's no way of tracking. Yes, you can look at some of the statistics. Oh, I grew from 1,000 followers to 5,000 followers. That's great. But how many of those are actually your paying client? Only a fraction of it. But that's not a sustainable and scalable business, right? Is it? If you have 5,000 followers, 2,000 followers, but only like maybe 5, you get 5. That's a lot of work to maintain that 5,000, and you have to post every single day. So no wonder you feel overwhelmed on social media, right? So when you have followers, it doesn't translate to paying clients. So what you want to do is you want to use your social media with intention that, hey, I have followers, but ultimately, if you are interested, here's something that I offer. And it's not just book a call with me. It's actually, I'm going to provide you with a solution in helping you overcoming something that you're struggling with. And how do you get it? You get it by download my PDF, or you watch my video, watch my free workshop, or sign up to my workshop. There's going to be a variety of different offer in addition to just book a call with me. Book a call with me, it's a lot to commit. That means I have to carve out a time on my calendar. I have to sit down with you. I actually have probably you're going to talk to me about your service, right? How much it's going to cost me. So it takes a lot for someone to commit to wanting to book a call with you. Whereas if you were to just use your social media and just say, you know what, right now, you know nothing about me, right? Chances are you don't even trust what I'm saying here. So that's okay. But here it is, I offer a content planner for all women coaches. If you're interested, go down to the link and grab a copy of it. If you find it helpful, great. If you don't want it, unsubscribe. That's okay, right? So you're offering a different type of solution, meeting people where they are. Someone may not be interested. Someone may not be ready to sign up with or to work with you yet, but you're giving them a quick solution. If they want it, they see the value, they'll stay with you. They wanted to hear from you. But if they don't, that's okay. It's still better than nobody booking a call with you, right? So take that into consideration. Using your social media platform as a way to invite people onto your list, or use it intentionally, but take your audience to somewhere. Take them to a destination where you want to continue that journey with them. Be intentional on how you use your social media. The last awesome sauce is to track the results on your email marketing campaign. Like email marketing is more than just sending out the email on a regular basis, and it is more than just giving away your free stuff. There's a lot of back end work that you should be looking at and you need to look at as a business owner. Okay, as a having your coaching business, that's important to you. So if you want to build it, to grow it, to scale it, then you need to look at some of the number, and those numbers are important to track. How many people opened it? How many people click on the link that you share inside the email? Right, those are just the two most obvious. How many people open my email? How many clicks do I have? And how many people are subscribing to my email list? And how many people are just don't care? Right. And one of the struggles that with building an email list is that you may have, I don't know, 500 contact on your email list, but nobody is talking to you, right? It's all dead silence. You don't know if they're interested. You don't know if they're still alive. If they're your email is actually in their trash box or spam box. You don't know where they are. So every once in a while, you wanted to go back to your email list and look at those analytics to make sure that these people are still active. And how do you do that? There's strategy behind how do you keep your email list alive. Right. So every month, what I do is I go back to my email and I look at all the activity that's going on. I look at my number. And if someone who has not clicked or opened my email, I would go back and just remove them. Right, because they no longer want to hear from you, maybe, or maybe the email just continue to sit in their spam box and they're not opening it. And every contact that you carry on your email list is going to cost you. Right, not only does it cost you money to have this list, but it also costs you to in terms of how well the email is being delivered, or how they call it the deliverability, right? So if your email has a lot of inactive subscriber and it's just sitting there with nothing, then it tends not to deliver your email to the correct folder for you. So all these are strategies that you should be keeping track. Now, what are some of the, so I talked about 7 already, right? 7, building your email list, have that pop up onto your website, have that signed up form on your Facebook business page so that you can start capturing the lead, people who's coming to you and wanted to hear from you. Create a lead magnet, and hopefully that lead magnet is something that lead to your one-on-one coaching program or your future offers that you want to give to people, and sending out regular newsletter. People want to hear from you. So built into a habit that you're sending out regular newsletter, and they raised their hand, they wanted to hear from you. You also want to use your social media with intention, so that anytime you put out your social media, it serves a purpose. Either do you want them to visit your website? Do you want them to grab a free download? Or do you want to get them to sign up on a one-on-one program? It has to have a purpose. The last thing is to track your email result by using the analytic that is in your email platform. So there's different email platform that uses different language. So opening rates, click rate are usually the two common language. And those are the two number that you should be looking at. How many people open my email? And for people who are inactive or who's in your email list, but really not clicking or not participating at all, it just sit in their spam box, remove them, because that's going to hurt your future email campaign. So if you don't hear from them for months, chances are you're not going to hear from them for another month. So why waste your time on something, keep working on something that is not going to give you any results. So those are the 7 secret awesome sauce that I wish I knew really early on in my coaching business that would have helped me tremendously nowadays. So right now I'm still growing. So everything I talked about here is something that I still do and I practice actively in my coaching business. So my current offer is a content planner for women coaches. And you set your goal, you have a reason for being on social media. And there's also a content framework that you can download to use in writing out your captions, creating posts or doing a podcast. It allows you to map out how you should be writing it based on the topic that you cover in your coaching business, based on the niche, based on what purpose do you want it to be? Is there a brand awareness post? Is it a conversion post? Are you offering some amazing deal right now? It helps you map out your idea and your thoughts. So if you're interested, go ahead and grab a copy at content that attract client through storytelling.com. And that's an example of a free lead magnet, right? And if you need help in creating one, let me know. You can send me a DM and I'll be more than happy to bounce off some idea with you in terms of what do you need to create and what would work better. A lot of people, when they think about like lead magnet, they think about like giving away a webinar. Webinar is great. But if you think about how you and I behave, like for me to sit down and listen to a 45 minutes or 1 hour webinar, it better be good, right? Your content better be good. It better be something that I want, that worth 1 hour of my time to sit down and actually watch it. So some of the easier low bar, lead magnet would be something like a PDF, a checklist, a quiz. Those are the type of things that you might want to consider in your business. And those are the things that have worked for me. So hopefully by me sharing this, it will help you to give you some idea of how you want to design it. So you no longer just say, sign up to my newsletter. It actually gives people a reason to be on your newsletter. And that would actually provide you with a better result than if you were just to not having it. Not having it is going to cost you a lot, right? If you have 0 email lists or you haven't even sent out 1 email, I want you to consider it starting this week. Now, between now till the holiday, you have some time to think about this. So think about it, how much follower, how much lead you're leaving on the table right now, right? People coming to your website, coming to your social media. You have no way of knowing who those people are. So be intentional. Think about where do you want to take your traffic to, and that would really help in collecting that lead. You may start with just a few. I started my list with just 68, and 68 of them are my friends and family. 68. But I got into a habit of writing to them like every week. I write to people every single week. So it's very easy, very doable. And the thank you, Steph. And it's very doable. And if you don't like to be on videos, right, like this, right, all the time, and if you don't have time to be on social media all the time, and especially for a lot of my introverted clients and members, this is a great alternative for you. It's a great alternative and it works. Okay. Writing people, it's easy. It's like conversational. You talk to people and it doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything besides just some time to put your lead magnet together. So work on that. You have the holiday to work on, and I will see you on my next Go Live. Hey, beautiful. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast and found value from this episode, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform and leave me a rating and review. One thing I was struggling in my early years in business was finding the right people to connect with. It feels like I was on this entrepreneur journey on my own. And sometimes we all just need friends who can share our dreams and hopes. Someone who can relate to what we're going through as we grow our business together. If you are a woman coach who is ready to grow your coaching business and looking for strategies to get seen, get heard, and get hired, I want to invite you to come and find me in our community on Facebook at Get Clients with Storytelling. This is a community of women coaches who want to grow a coaching business by creating engaging, visible and authentic content with storytelling for their business to get more leads and attract more clients. I will see you at our next tea party.